If you also computed it, it's a place that you will live, that okay, I'll be paying out rent. This is the amount of rent that I will be paying. This is the amount of amortization that I will be paying. If they're almost the same, provided that you were able to find either a good deal or you have cash that you are able also to put a very, very good down payment, they're almost the same. I'll pick good debt because it gives you also the opportunity to earn an asset that you can either flip later on or you could earn cash flow from it if you have it rented out also. Hey guys, so we are back once again answering the questions that you guys sent out. This time, same mechanics, two options. I get to pick one based from the questions that you guys have sent out. If you missed part 1, check out the video yesterday. But today, I'm going to answer 10 of your questions once again with the goal and the context of at least you get to hear my thoughts and my ideologies off of it. But please do remember, never ever buy, sell, hold, or avoid, or just transact based on what you hear off YouTube or from your friend or any other video that you see here. Please do remember, it's your money, it's your responsibility. Please make your own due diligence when you start investing. Please study more. Please drill down. Please take the time to continually learn. Take the time to be able to analyze what you're getting into. So in the video yesterday, it was so hard to answer some of those questions. Napaisip talaga ako. It's harder to pick one. Of course, in reality, you don't actually have to pick one because you can pick a combination of what actually fits you. But just for the sake of me making you guys happy, we're gonna answer and just pick one. Comment below if you guys are ready. Comment, I'm ready. Comment, algo. I haven't said that for quite some time, but I see it in the comment section. Anong algo niyan? Algo is YouTube algorithm. Just comment because when you comment, guys, it helps out the YouTube algorithm. So, algo. Anyways, Bitcoin or Tesla? Another tough question. No? So, in US stocks, Tesla is my second largest, I think, position. Facebook is still my largest. Between Bitcoin and Tesla, I like them both. I'll say Bitcoin, primarily because Bitcoin is still a very, very exciting asset class for me. Primarily because I've been investing in the stock market for quite some time already. There's so much to learn. There's so much to discover also for Bitcoin versus Tesla. So, but full disclosure, I have both. I like both. But if you let me choose between Bitcoin and Tesla, I'll pick Bitcoin. Mountains or seas? Wow, vacation naman. I like mountains more, primarily because malamig. I'm a person who likes colder temperatures. That's why if I would go to either Australia or New Zealand, gusto ko June, July, August kasi dun yung winter sa kanila. Then if I would go to countries in the Northern Hemisphere, gusto ko November, December, January, February, even up until March kasi dun malamig sa kanila. And then it allows me also to hike and see the sceneries also. Beaches are nice, but I like mountains. And if you'll ask me a place where I'll visit more, I'll still pick mountains. Coke or Pepsi? As an investment, I'll pick Coke. Primarily because brand is everything. From a brand standpoint, I think Coke is a much bigger brand still than Pepsi. And from an investment standpoint, I don't have any Pepsi stock, but I have Coke. Of course, when you buy Pepsi, it's not just Pepsi the drink. They have a large number of brands attached to it. But I like Coke as a company primarily because it's not just that they have a very, very strong brand. And you've seen it through the years. We have seen Coke continually grow. Even though there's a lot of people that are saying that do not drink Coke because it's not healthy, even though there's a lot of push towards healthy living, healthy drinking, Coke has continued to innovate. Coke has continued to increase. As they have been making money through the years, they have been also giving dividends. And even Warren Buffett has been holding Coke for a very, very long period of time. So if you'll ask me head to head, where will I invest in, Coke or Pepsi? I actually like Coke more, and that's where I'm also invested into right now. Good debt or no debt? That's a very good question. Of course, the name of the game is to avoid as much bad debt as possible, but the question is good debt, that you are investing in it either for a property or for a business. So I'm a big fan of not having any debt because it allows me to become more aggressive in the way I do things. But from a practical standpoint, I'll pick good debt, especially if you're buying an asset that you have computed it already, that asset also will appreciate in value over a period of time that will compensate for you to be able to pay for the monthly payments that you're putting into for that particular asset. Di sulit siya. If you also computed it, it's a place that you will live, that okay, I'll be paying out rent. This is the amount of rent that I will be paying. This is the amount of amortization that I will be paying. If they're almost the same, provided that you were able to find either a good deal or you have cash that you are able also to put a very, very good down payment, they're almost the same. I'll pick good debt because it gives you also the opportunity to earn an asset that you can either flip later on, or you could earn cash flow from it if you have it rented out also. Practically speaking, it's nice not to be in debt, but if you know how to leverage and hindi mo siya ikasisira and you know how to properly use it, then I don't think there's nothing wrong with leveraging. I think the problem with a lot of people is they borrow recklessly without thinking if they have the ability to pay for it. They're just thinking about, okay, I'll be able to get this condo, I'll be able to get this asset. Of course, it's a condo, it's an asset, it will have value over time. Pero kung di mo siya mababayaran 2 years down the line, di mo siya mababayaran 4 years down the line, kung may mangyaring emergency or may mangyaring sakuna that suddenly your income will be hit and you won't have the ability to be able to pay for it, edi sayang, you would lose that asset altogether. So don't just think about that you're taking out debt in order for you to get an asset. Also check, should the worst thing happen, do you still have the ability to pay off that debt? Should the worst thing happen, would you still be able to continue the payments na hindi siya mawawala sa'yo? Because the saddest thing that could happen is you set off with good intentions to buy that property and get into debt, but on the 7th year, something bad would happen that you won't be able to pay it off. Don't just be attracted about how shiny it is to own a property. Look at the possibility that what if the worst thing would happen? Do I still have enough cash? Do I still have enough savings? Or is my cash flow good enough for me to be able to pay off that debt? No matter if it's good debt or bad debt, it's still debt. You still need to pay it. And the name of the game is you need to know how much your cash flow is. The name of the game is you need to know magkano talaga yung pumapasok. Because if you can't answer that question, then it might not be practical also to get into debt. If you're having a hard time to compute for your finances, you're having a hard time cash flow wise, then in my opinion, it would be better to have no debt at all. Trade cryptos or hodl cryptos? Wow, that's a very good question. Of course, for those who have been watching this channel for quite some time, you do know the answer to that is I do both. What's so interesting about cryptos is that because it's so new, it's hard to pinpoint what its value will be 30 years down the line. But what everyone believes and what everyone knows right now, that because it's so new, it will be massively valuable when mass adoption happens, when people build the apps around those protocols, when people finally accept it and they see it and they use it more. Please remember right now, there's probably around 2% of the population that's into cryptos. Not a lot of people are using it yet, but in that uncertainty lies your opportunity. The lower it gets, the more you get to stack and the more you get to hodl. So if you're asking me, especially if it's Bitcoin, I'll hodl. If it's other cryptocurrencies that are more volatile than Bitcoin, that one I'll trade. But since the question is very general, no, hodl or trade, I'll pick hodl and I'll stack the good ones because the name of the game is building a very large base. Kobe Bryant or Steph Curry? So for those who don't know me or for those who have not been following the channel, siguro yung nagtanong yan, matagal na follower sa channel na to. I'm a fan of Kobe Bryant. I'm also a fan of Steph Curry. However, yung kay Steph Curry, it all happened when Kobe retired already. The season when he was either pa-retire na, he was injured most of the time, then Golden State and Steph Curry were just actually ascending also. Then he retired the year also that Golden State became champion. My answer to that is I'll pick Kobe, primarily because there was an overlap na nagkasabay si Kobe Bryant and si Steph Curry. And nung nagkasabay sila, I was still rooting for the Los Angeles Lakers. I was still rooting for Kobe Bryant. And I'll say this, para at least may business aspect pa rin sinasabi ko. I like Kobe's mentality when it comes to life, when it comes to basketball. You can get all of that and use that in business and investing. What I like about Kobe is his hard work. And if there's one thing that's so interesting about that is if you think you lack the skill, you lack the talent, you lack the capital, just work harder than everyone else. Work so hard that you are so far from the competition. Work so hard that you're massively better than everyone. When you're massively better than everyone, guess what? People pay for people who are extraordinary. People pay for people who are a cut above the rest. Because if you're just average, if you're just like everyone else, then guess what? No one pays for average. It will be harder for you if you're average because you're competing against everyone else that's average as well. So Kobe Bryant. Lend money or give money? Wow. As much as possible, I don't lend money to people, but I do have a budget where I give money to people. It's something that's for intentional giving. I've seen so many people na nag-aaway kasi hindi sila nabayaran ng utang. I've seen so many people na nasira rin yung relationships nila kasi nagkaroon ng false expectations, or he gave money that was part of his savings tapos hindi nabayaran kasi thinking na mababayaran siya. Kaya okay lang, saving, kaibigan ko naman to or kamag-anak ko naman to, mababayaran ako. If this amount of money is something that pinahiram ko, tapos hindi ako nabayaran, sasama ba yung loob ko? So para sa akin, para hindi na sumama yung loob ko, my rule is not to lend money to people, but to allocate a specific part of my budget that will be for giving. Kung may nangangailangan, meron tao na may kailangan ng pera, hindi ko siya papautangin, pero I will give a portion to be able also to help them in their situation. It's not your responsibility to become the savior of all of your friends, of all of your relatives. It's not your responsibility to take them out of their financial situation. You are not the end-all, be-all. You are not the savior of the world. It's awesome that you get to be a blessing to them, that you give something out of the abundance of your heart, that you give something out of the overflow, that you give something that maganda pa nga, baka hindi pa nga sila nangangailangan, pero dahil intentional ka sa pamimigay mo, you have something attached na, oh, alam ko you are doing well today, but I just wanted to bless you and I wanted to give you this amount of money. So lending versus giving, I'll always pick giving. You know what's awesome about giving? Is that when you give something, there's no expectation of return. Na kahit hindi na bumalik sa yun. That the best form of giving is giving it to people who can never, ever, 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 ever pay you back. I think that's one of the reasons why I made this channel also, is that if you notice the context of what I've been talking about in this channel over and over, hindi lang to pera-pera. It's not just about making money. It's not just about making a good business, but it's about earning something so that you have an overflow. Because when you have an overflow, you are at a capacity of strength where you get to be a blessing to the people around you. So lending money, giving money without blinking, giving money. Rich but tired or not so rich but tired? That's a very good question. And my answer to that is this. I'll always pick rich but tired. Please remember this. You can be tired but not burned out. There's a difference. I'm making this video. Is it tiring? Oh naman. It's a strain on my voice. It's also a strain to think about what am I supposed to talk about? What am I supposed to share to people? What is something that will give value to people? And to do this on a daily basis, it's not easy. It becomes tiring because there's a lot of things that also that I'm doing as well on top of all of this that I'm actually doing for all of you. But it doesn't burn me out. It's not something that I dread to do. I don't wake up every Monday morning thinking about, hala, magbubukas na naman yung stock market. I don't, because I enjoy it. I don't wake up every day thinking, hala, 24 hours yung cryptocurrency market. I don't, because I enjoy it. It's okay to be tired as long as it doesn't burn you out. If you're tired but you know what you're doing something that's meaningful, if you're tired and you know that you're doing something that's impacting people, if you're tired and what you're doing is something that will bring you closer to whatever financial goal you have, if you're tired but what you're doing is bringing you closer to your dreams of financial freedom, then be tired. Do everything you can to get out of that situation. Do everything you can to find rest. Do everything you can to make scenarios on how you won't be burned out anymore. But if it's about being tired and earning more versus not being tired and earning less, I'll always pick being tired. Again, it's okay to work. It's okay to be tired. I think the biggest issue of a lot of people is if they're actually tired or not is what they're doing on times that they're vacant. Because when you are vacant, it's idle time. And if it's idle time, it's not productive time and it's not adding to you. Of course, you rest, you enjoy life, but there's also a balance that part of achieving something great, part of achieving and doing something that's meaningful, you will be tired. I've never met anyone who has done something very, very significant, who has done something very, very impactful, that was never tired at any point in their life. Even people who earn from passive income, people who have massive dividends, massive rental properties, massive funds, they still do things that are meaningful to them that make them tired. Wow, REITs or condos? You know me, I'm a stock market guy. So if you're asking me between REITs and condos, of course I have both. I will always pick both. But I like REITs because it's liquid. I like REITs because it can give me dividends without me, hindi ko na kailangan maningil. It can give me the ability to actually earn without marketing my property, without doing customer service. It will also give me exposure to the largest either businesses, hotels, office spaces, etc. Which for retailers like us, it's hard to get to have a position in it because majority of retailers like us just buy residential condos. But getting into the REIT market will get you into asset classes that kung sarili mong pera na ikaw lang, hindi mo siya mabibili mag-isa. And think about it this way, you need millions, multi-millions to buy condos, or most likely you need to take out a loan. You will get into debt to buy a condo, but you can get into the REIT market tomorrow. That it does not require a lot of money for you to be able to enter the REIT market, that it does not require a lot of money for you to have a position in it, to earn money from it, and to get passive returns also from it as well. BNB or ADA, allocation-wise, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB form a larger part of my portfolio. I have ADA, but it's a smaller portion of what my portfolio is. So I like BNB primarily because I'm super exposed to the Binance ecosystem. I like BNB because everything that you're doing, either in the Binance exchange, either indexes that are running in the Binance Smart Chain, if you are in their Launchpad, Launch Pool, if you're staking, all of those things also are powered by BNB. More and more users getting into Binance will just further enhance the value of BNB as well. Of course, one of the issues I think that people are talking about when it comes to Binance is that it's centralized, but BNB as a whole, no, I'm not investing in Binance, I'm investing in BNB, and there's so many applications still of BNB that are part and parcel of Binance. But here's what's interesting about it, and this is what makes it super interesting. I think Binance will be the Lazada and Shopee of the cryptocurrency market space. And if you've seen it already over the past months, no, they're trying to do everything. They have a decentralized NFT, they have a centralized NFT, they have a launchpad, they have a launch pool, they have a staking platform, they have a savings platform, they have a P2P platform, they have a trading platform, they have a futures platform. There's so much that could be done in the Binance ecosystem, and more of that gives freedom of money for people. But not just that, more and more people getting into that space will make BNB more used, and the more used BNB is, the more valuable it will be. Cardano, I think we still have to see and have evidence of how they're actually used over the next few years, but it looks very promising. But the reason why I have a larger position in BNB, primarily because I'm already seeing it right now that it's already being used. And in my opinion, the proof is in the uses. The more people using it, the better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have more questions similar to this, no, one question, two choices that pipili ako, put them in the comment section below or DM me Instagram or Patreon, and then I'll try to collect everything and do another series of this. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know so that we can make more videos about this. If you're new to this channel, my name is Marvin Gerbo. I'm a stock market trader and investor. Like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. And if you'd like to invest in the cryptocurrency market, check out Binance. Link down below. You get to trade cryptocurrency market for a minimum of $10 US. If you want to trade US stocks, $1 US, go trade. Links are in the description below. If you want to trade Forex markets, XM, links are in the description below as well. When you try XM, they give you $30 US bonus that you get to use when you start trading with them as well. And if you want to store your cryptocurrencies, check it out below. You can buy a hard wallet. It's called Elipal. Links are in the description below. And if you want to check out my books, they're all available via Shopee and Lazada. So that's it for now. I hope this is something that was very insightful for all of you. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.